Welcome to Botches Off-Road. Join us as we talk about everything from gear reviews to trail stories, tent camping to rock landing, and all things to do with the outdoors. And let us count to you just a little bit, because we like to do that, and then leave 5 minutes of silence in the finished product. It's great. I'm sure you guys loved it.
Not my fault.
Yeah, my fault. 100% my fault.
No, this
I
chaotic...
did think it was odd, but I was like, well, maybe he's just gonna, fix that when he actually publishes it.
No, it's just the chaotic last couple weekends of helping a buddy build a vehicle out just before Leatherwood.
Right down to the wire.
I still don't have a working rear locker, guys.
You don't need it. You'll be fine.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I
don't have any.
I've seen some of the stuff. Okay. You're right.
You have a winch, right? That is usually a front and rear locker.
Speaking of my winch, I need to tell you guys something. I went to correct my winch line a little bit yesterday, and I let my winch out, and then I hit the button to bring it in, and it went click. And that was it.
Oh, boy.
So I sat there just spamming the in button, and then suddenly it started to spool in.
Oh. I was to say, do you have a bed free spool?
No. I think it's dying.
So you're saying don't get Expo.
Mark
or
my
leave it exposed.
words.
No. What I'm saying is, don't try to pull a FedEx truck out from the ditch in front of your house.
I forgot about that.
No, I would say
with a winch that is not even close to rated for it.
Hey, I was gonna say I would check your duty times. And you
probably shouldn't pull tractors out of mud pits with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm not nice to my winch, guys. It's a tool. I use it almost daily.
So I'm assuming you don't really pay attention to your duty cycle or anything.
What's a duty cycle?
Okay.
This guy.
So no.
I'm sure it's 10 minutes. We're probably fine.
Boy. It's probably 1 minute. 45
and I've
seconds.
definitely winched longer than that.
Yep.
Haven't we all?
Especially
actually, I haven't yet, but
it might be time for me to look at. Maybe I'll get a hold of X-Bull and be like, "Yo, my winch is barely a year old, and I broke it."
Do it.
You did get one of the cheaper options.
I wonder if they have a warranty. Oh shit! When did I buy that thing?
I don't know.
It's got a 1-year warranty on it.
I'm not sure.
Hey,
Pretty
did
sure
so
pretty sure you got it after Drummond, but I could be wrong.
Did our synthetic rope guys, did they ever get a hold of us?
I'll check 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how long ago I bought my winch.
Aye, Captain.
So bear with me, guys. I'm sure this is very exhilarating content.
While we're waiting, I'm on the hunt for some silverware. And
I don't have it.
If anybody knows any, I want sturdy, maybe steel, titanium, long silverware, but can be compact. I know that sounds like that's a lot, but I want it to be able to slide out or flip out to be longer for dehydrated meals. And then I also want it to be small enough and compact enough to fit in my organizational boxes. So I've seen a couple of them. There's the MagSafe ones that are got the magnets on them. Pretty cool, but we'll see. That's the last part of my dining part. I have all the cooking stuff, the plates. Now I just kind of need the silverware part, and I'll figure that out when I get there.
All right, guys. So I am 1 month away from my warranty window. Like, it closes in a month.
I thought you got after Drummond.
So I have contacted Expo, and we will see if I get a new winch.
And this will be the deciding factor if you suggest Expo now.
I still, yeah. If they don't cover it, then probably won't recommend them.
Yep.
What was I looking up?
Silverware?
Synthetic
Crawler
winch
off
rope.
road.
Oh, winch rope.
I have not heard back from them.
Okay.
So they are very slow on responses, apparently.
I just want to let you know that my responses might be crappy, and my internet might go out at any minute. But
Why are your responses crappy?
choppy.
Oh, you sound fine.
Okay. Well, when you were just talking earlier, it was like you were putting your, like, talking through a fan. It was like
That could be my internet too.
It says my downloads 352 and uploads 228, so that's much better
Way
than
better
it
than
was.
mine.
Mine was like 40s before on
How about
either.
that? I think I was
am
having issues
probably-
earlier because when I was talking to him earlier before you hopped on, every once in a while it's just audio and no video.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better then.
Yeah.
I applied with JetBoil,
Yeah, mine,
by the way.
my internet is like 24 down
Yo.
and like 10 up. So when it comes to silverware, Gavin, I'm going to let you in on a tidbit, a secret, if you will. Have you ever been to Ollie's?
Ollie's.
Yes.
Like, no.
It's pretty much like a
It's
retail
a bargain
surplus.
store. Yeah, so it's called, their slogan is good stuff cheap.
Oh, I see. I'm looking at it right now. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The kid is creepy.
So if you go to Ollie's and you go to their kitchenware aisle, you can get an entire set of good quality silverware for under $5.
Interesting.
And then how much
So
was
I only
Go
need,
get
like,
that.
I only need like 3 fork spoons.
So because our kit's really high quality. I mean, it's thick stuff. And I think we paid $4 for that. It came with 4 spoons, 4 forks, 4 knives.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then we put it in a bag that we got on Amazon for $8. And now we have a really high quality silverware packet.
This is an odd website.
Ollie's is an odd store, and I'm
Um,
assuming the website is very much so like the
It's
store.
It's crazy.
But yeah, there's one on Alpine.
Yeah.
It's worth going to.
Oh, I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, there's one on Alpine behind the theater, and then there's one in Muskegon by Harbor
Muskegon.
Freight.
Their mascot looks like a bucktooth Einstein.
Yep.
Yep.
Interesting.
But Ollie's is cool, man. Every once in a while they'll have tents like, they mostly do Walmart reselling, I think.
Mm.
And they had one of the quick pop-up Ozark Trail tents for like $30
All right.
last year.
Yeah.
Huh.
Of course, this is after we
Like
bought our
normally
tents.
normally like $140 tent, and it was like $30.
Interesting. Gotcha.
But we didn't grab one because we didn't need one at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, what I was using was the Yuko stuff, and I might just buy that again because the way that worked was that you could, they had like slots on it, so that if you wanted to make it longer, you would just hook the knife part into like the handles together. It would just fit inside the slots, and it would make it like extra long. And that's kind of, for eating those dehydrated meals, you need like a longer utensil.
To all the listeners, don't overthink utensils. They're just stuff you use to shove food in your face. You can get them at Walmart for 10 cents.
I'm a gear guy, so I want utensils. So they're cool.
I know. And I'm like, when it comes to utensils, it's like, man, the cheapest I can get it, the happier I'll be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, at the same time, you could argue any of, like, the kitchenware stuff, too. I mean, you could pick any of that up at Goodwill for $1 or $2, but... Or, like, Walmart, you could get 99-cent plates and 89-cent plates. But it's really nice to have everything I can collapse at once. And
we still use our Walmart plates, so
yeah.
I can't say much there.
No, I just got to a point where I was just like, I wanna make this higher quality and more packable. And
yeah.
And now it's like we eat dehydrated meals probably once a camp trip. It's usually the last day. I will, like this Sunday we did it. Before Sienna even got up, I boiled water, dumped it in the biscuits and gravy, both of ours, let it sit, and started packing up camp. Then got to a good point on there. She came out of the tent. It was already done. Didn't have to do anything. And we ate real quick and then finished packing. And it was really nice. It's just like the silverware is like, you have to dig. And your hands get all fucking messy and shit. So it's just convenience.
Yeah, ours are long. Ours are full kitchenware. They pack real nice in their little pack pouch. I don't know, man. I just spending more on silverware is a hard sell for me. I did it once, so I mean, obviously I fell into it a couple times. Kind of on off topic, on topic. So when we get back from Leatherwood, Saturday the 14th, I know I said fuck all of you, but are you guys busy? Do you want to do some local wheeling?
Like, how local?
Like Newego?
Think about it.
As long as I'm not working for some reason. LOL. If I do start a new job before then, I mean, it is what it is, so I can't really do much about that, but...
Because
I would love to.
We haven't done any local wheeling since fall.
Yeah. You guys have not done any local wheeling with me. Jerks.
I'm thinking like Croton to White Cloud. Maybe, or just skip Croton to White Cloud, go straight to White Cloud and do some stuff up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that the other day, Croton to White Cloud. It was kind of boring, the part that I did, so it'd be nice to go out and do the harder parts.
You gotta make it fun if you're doing Croton to White Cloud.
Oh, I mean, I was throttling through those corners pretty quick, but I'm
thinking like Skitter, Mark's Nemesis. Maybe some flexi ditchies.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if you survive through Leatherwood first. How about that? I
dig it.
I mean, I'm not saying that anything's gonna happen, all right? But I'm saying that Leatherwood's, we all know Leatherwood's a whole different level.
Yep.
And
this old Gavin, he thinks that I wouldn't plan a trip when I might break my truck. You see, if I don't plan the trip, I'm going to break my truck.
I think either way, your truck's gonna break. It's just too much. There's just too much going on with that thing. I am waiting for like, we turtled on a rock and it rebroke the frame. That's going up one of the waterfall.
I don't know about that. The one thing that was going to give out, he already took care of just now.
Yes.
What was that?
Yeah, he's like,
tank.
Oh yeah, my fuel tank that was about to just exit the chat. Yeah, it's not held up by a ratchet strap anymore, guys. It's got an actual strap now.
Oh man, I didn't tell you guys, but coming back from that camp, I didn't secure one of those Pelican boxes down good enough because I only had one strap.
Mhm.
And I might have been driving like 90 to 95 mile an hour on the highway. And all of a sudden I hear,
God.
and I'm like, huh, weird. Didn't see anything flop out the back. Well, I went to go stop at a rest stop because I was getting kind of tired. Wanted to take a quick break. And as I'm coming back to the bathroom, I see it, and it's hanging over the back of my, where my back box is, the long one. It's hanging up over that. And the only thing keeping it on was the fact that the strap was still holding onto it. And I was like,
Jesus.
woo! So I opened the truck up, and we just shoved it inside the truck for that. And I was like, then we got back on the highway.
I'm hoping my my swag doesn't decide to take a little ride.
Exit the chat. You get down there, and it's like, where's my swag?
Oh no, I would know because I'm making Mark follow me and making Duncan follow Mark.
Yeah, he's not gonna let me lead again.
I am the slowest. I am the slowest out of the three of us.
Oh, it was funny.
And I know that.
I left hours before Derek. We did a trail ride. I even stopped a couple times and just monkeyed around, this and that. And then on the highway, we're driving. And I was like, is that a Datsun? That's a Datsun trailer. Is that Derek? How the fuck did we already... How the fuck did we catch up to Derek? And that's where that reel came from, where I'm passing him.
Yeah.
Because I was going like 90 in that one, and it was just like, zoom. I had to slow down, and then he looks beside him, double takes and smiles, turns his mic on. I'm like, what are you doing?
I was about to say, he's a speed demon of himself, too. He does that on the trails bad.
Yeah, on the trails, that might be different.
Derek will do 40 where he should be doing 10, but he'll do like 10 where he should be doing 80.
Yeah. Well, that trailer really
I gotta turn
slows
this down.
Yes, please.
That trailer really
Sorry,
slows
viewers,
things down, I
or
guess.
listeners, should say.
But no, I passed him, and then that's when I went and we had this guy on a trailer, some old dude, and he was like driving into our lanes, like he couldn't stay in his lane, and he almost like ran into the side of us. And I honked at him, and he didn't move very fast, so I'm assuming he didn't hear me. So then I got up in front of him because I was sick of it, and this dude's going probably 85. So I get up in front of him, and I put my hand out the fucking window. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, dude? And he just kind of was like, mm-mm. But he was like, he was old, but he was veering all over, going into other people's lanes. They had to like swerve out of the way. He was dangerous.
Jesus. So real quick, Mark, let's do a little bit of a wrap.
Yep.
So last weekend, what did we do?
Help Duncan finish up his truck.
Right. We helped Duncan swap his front diff. So he now has matching 529s front and rear.
Yep.
And that was, everything on that truck's an endeavor. Like my truck, things just they mostly are okay. His truck, everything is a pain.
Yeah. Literally everything was still the original part. Like, I could not believe how many original parts was still on that truck.
And rusty. Yeah. We also took an hour and a half drive down south and picked up my dad's new TJ. So my dad bought a totaled 2000 TJ with a 4.0 and a 5-speed in it.
Yep.
And hopefully that gives him the push to get his TJ done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be sick to have my dad come wheeling with us.
Yep, it would be. And then I also took care of a lot of stuff going on of vehicles and stuff too.
Yeah. So that'll be sick. It was really funny. I asked him, like, so did you start it to pull it off the trailer? And he's like, No, I just unstrapped it and pushed it off. And I was like, oh, come on. The thing drives.
He's like, but I had to put a battery in it. I don't want to lug a battery up on the trailer and then into it just to drive it off.
Yeah. So, but no, Dad's got his two TJs now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Hopefully we can get this one apart pretty quick and get the other frame pushed in and get some motor mounts welded on.
Yeah.
I bet you I'll probably try and push that off for wintertime, honestly.
Yeah. As long as we got his
Because-
his barn open enough to do
Yep.
that.
Yeah, and the Escape's gone, so
Yep. I forgot about that conversation.
they got a total of $150 in scrap for that car.
Ooh. Yikes.
See what else? Oh, my mom, I just got off the phone with her while we were waiting for Gavin to get on to record. My mom just bought a 2017 Toyota Sequoia,
Yay.
so that's exciting. They spent $31,000 on it.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't
And-
for that much, could we convince her to make a bigger one than Joe's?
No way. No way. But
Portals.
no, it's cool. I think I'm gonna try and talk her into pulling her 4Runner down south to get the timing done by Midwest Adventure Outfitters.
Yep.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Is that pretty much all on the wrap? Did we do anything else?
We
I
packed.
packed my truck.
I was about to say we
Yeah.
packed trailers and stuff.
Well,
Trailer's ready to go.
so do you guys have any spare parts you're bringing?
I'm
Ooh.
bringing CV axles, rear axle shafts. I think that's it, actually.
Okay. Oil and stuff?
Well, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, just checking. What about windshield washer fluid? Or are you going to get that on the way?
I had a jug already. I just threw it in my truck Monday morning.
We got coolant.
Yeah, I had to buy a new one because my coolant was actually low to begin with.
We
I'll just use garden hose.
yeah. We got scanners.
Yep.
Always.
Okay. Just trying to make sure.
Yeah, my scanner lives on my molly panel on the back window.
Yeah,
Mine's
good.
in the back molly as well.
Mine is just hanging out in the glove box.
Forgot you even have one.
Yep.
Yeah, he's had to turn his, he had to fix his Toyota every couple miles.
I've commented. We fixed that.
Thank gosh.
Yeah,
That was a stupid thing too.
that was...
Oh, let's just have this sensor free hanging by the hot exhaust that's going to trip your sensor every once in a while after a blue
Yeah.
moon.
God,
So
it was
we,
like once a
we
trip.
moved that sensor.
Once or twice a trip.
We moved that sensor away from the hot exhaust pipe,
Yep.
and it's been fine ever since.
Yep.
Good. What's the meal
Uh,
plan? Are you guys doing anything special, or is it all hot dogs and baked beans?
We're doing walking tacos one day.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we're doing steak another night.
Nice.
Yeah, steak one night. So steak, walking tacos, wraps for lunch.
Yep. Think we might get
We should
hot
get-
dogs.
You know those microwavable like Jimmy Dean sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
We should get those for breakfast, and we can just wrap them in tinfoil and heat them up.
Could.
True. I this last weekend I did something I saw someone else do on TikTok. They cut their muffins in half and they set them on a pan with butter, and holy fucking shit, I will never eat a muffin at camp the same. It made it the muffin really nice and crispy with the butter. Gave it like that grilled cheese kind of crispy consistency. Warmed it up really good. Oh my God, it was delicious.
And then if you make some sausage and some egg and slap it in the middle with just a touch of syrup or some of that black truffle hot sauce,
Yeah.
you'd have like a fantastic
You're onto
breakfast sandwich.
something. You know, I didn't even think about that, and I had all the ingredients sitting on the plate. I swear to God.
Yeah, dude.
I kept eating it. I was like, oh my God, this is like crispy. It was a blueberry muffin, so it was like, dude, this is delicious.
Dude, a blueberry muffin with sausage, egg, and black truffle hot sauce. It would be phenomenal.
Yeah. I use that on everything.
One more thing while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to go on Blake's Hard Cider website and shoot them an email and see if they'll maybe not sponsor us, but like we give them free publicity.
Just send us a pallet of, or not necessarily a pallet, but a case of once a week or something.
They have no contact us on their.
Oh,
yeah.
Shame. Speaking of truffle sauce, do you think we need 1 or 2 bottles?
We only need 1.
Okay. I was just trying to think of how much we're going to go through.
I was telling Ed about that, and he's like, yeah, that shit's so good. You got some? I was like, yeah, I got some. He's like, sweet. Like, fucking, he was eating, fajitas or something one of the nights.
Yep. And that's some good stuff.
It's just got enough spice. It's not too crazy, but it's enough that you can pile it on there, and you get all the flavor, you get all the spice. It's perfect.
Yeah. And it's not that expensive.
No, the truff sauce is, but it does give a different flavor than the Melinda's.
Yeah. Melinda's is pretty great, though.
I mean, she makes really good. That green sauce is really good on eggs and stuff in the morning, too, if you like more of a savory. Oh, super good. I like mixing both of the red sauce and the green sauce.
So I did find their Facebook page, and I sent them an email.
Hey, man, shoot for the moon. I shot for the moon earlier today. I applied for a job at Jetboil. It's a remote position.
That'd be a pretty slick job, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like a marketing and like a search and develop kind of thing. So,
hey, I'm your guy. I'm Overlander.
As I said, they're like in the thing. They're like, "Do you use our product?" I'm like almost every weekend I'm out, like all the time.
I shot for the moon somewhat a little while ago and applied for a job at GoTenna.
Yeah, I've been shooting for the moon all day today, applying for jobs that are way over my head. But hey, you never know. I mean, the worst that they could say is no.
Yep.
And I'm just out the little bit of time it took to apply. But if they say yes and I get an interview, that's good enough for me to try to get my way in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I applied GoTenna and another mesh network. I don't remember who the other one was. GoTenna's the one I really wanted, though. It's a job I'd enjoy, getting to play with basically Mesh-tastic, but on a giant scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. Is I was trying to find a remote position in the camping, overlanding industry. Not a whole lot out there, obviously, and even less with my qualifications, but sales, marketing, research and development stuff, I have a little bit of experience with, so I might, get in there.
Hey, Mark. You know how we thought that Blake's Hard Cider was a New York thing?
I didn't say it was a New York thing.
No, they're bottled in New York. It's on their label.
Oh, by Ball?
Or something like that, yeah. Anyways, did you know that they're actually from Armada, Michigan?
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't.
I thought I told you it was a Michigan brand.
No, that's sick. And I guess they're teaming up with Carhartt to do something soon.
Oh.
So that's 2 Michigan-made products in one little tool bag, I guess.
Huh.
Oh,
I guess
dude,
I
we
didn't
should
realize
talk to
Carhartt was
Carhartt.
Michigan.
You didn't know Carhartt was Michigan?
Nope, I did not know that.
We should
Yep.
team up with Stormy. What is it? Storm. What's that? Hat?
Stormy Daniels?
Oh, yeah, we should team up with her too. No, we should team up with Carhartt, Blake's, and Stormy Cromer. Because those are Michigan too, I think. Get these Michigan brands in
Yeah,
here.
Carhartt's headquartered out of Dearborn.
Never knew that.
Yeah, the more you know. Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't know that either.
And do you guys remember Red Wing boots?
Yeah, I think I knew they were. I think they're out of
Yeah.
Detroit.
Big Rapids.
Oh, Big Rapids, huh?
I was going to say, wasn't Wolverine? Didn't Wolverine have like a headquarters in Rockford or something like that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wolverine is the one that was out of Big Rapids.
Oh.
I'm about to say, which form of
Yeah.
Wolverine? Because there's multiple Wolverine companies in Michigan.
Yeah, the boot.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense with the name. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, I knew one of them was, but I mixed up. Red Wing is a Michigan brand as well. Man, we're just killing it.
Yeah. We're pretty cool.
Yeah, back in 2017, Wolverine sold their factory in Big Rapids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they were doing a lot of restructuring and stuff. I've seen a lot of jobs posted for Wolverine.
I just know there's also like
Yeah.
Wolverine natural gas and stuff too.
Jesus.
I'm sure there's a ton of Wolverine stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that their factory in Big Rapids was specifically for military boots.
Huh.
Wait, does that mean Wolverine from X-Men? Aren't his colors blue and yellow? The original?
X-Men,
Yeah.
X-Men's in general is blue and yellow.
Does that mean he's from Michigan?
I think it was slightly uncoordinated in that part.
I don't know. I was just thinking about
It's
that.
also a
I'm like,
lighter blue.
It is, yeah.
it's like State Trooper blue.
Do we have... He's Canadian.
How about to say?
Wow, I mean,
so-
people would argue that Michigan's half Canadian.
Well, he's from Alberta, near the town of Cold Lake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not very Michigandery.
Nope, not at all.
I mean, technically, the Wolverines don't actually exist in Michigan. They only was reported like once or twice.
I thought they did.
that's a good...
No, like they don't. I don't think they actually lived here. They just been reported once or twice. Just the Ohioans called us Wolverines.
They were very common, and then there was they got hunted out, and then for 200 years there were none seen in Michigan.
That's right.
Oh. Funny thing with Beaver Island, that's Beaver Island was known for that too until they hunted all the beaver off the island, and then DNR resupplied the island with Canadian beavers. So they're resupplied Canadian beavers now. Damn it.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how to resupply the dodos, and then we can correct all of our wrongs.
Dodos, man. I'm still thinking dire wolves. Could you imagine that? We're going to introduce a small population of dire wolves in the UP. And you just like camping one day and this wolf, like as big as your truck, starts walking out from beyond the woods and you're like, ew.
But we didn't hunt out dire wolves, right? They died because they were just, megafauna, and that's just what happens to megafauna.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it would be so cool, though, to get like some of the ancient elk or something back.
As much as... Okay, so this is going to be a hot take, and I don't fully believe this, but it's plausible. Just hear me out as I say this, right?
Uh-huh.
So elephants are clearly megafauna, right? And historically, megafauna always die out. The Earth just cannot support megafauna like that. So can we really blame humans for the downfall of elephants if megafauna just isn't possible in general?
I think so. And my reason is because it's mostly through poaching that elephants have been killed. And I think
It's actually, it's not poaching's been the big one on them. It's not deforestation, but same thing. Their environment is getting destroyed to build houses.
well, then kinda, yeah. I mean, if they don't have the materials to eat, then, and it's because of us mostly. Because I think typically, if we were to leave elephants alone, I think they'd be fine. Same thing with giraffes. I mean, they're like a megafauna in a way. I mean,
see, I don't necessarily think they'd be fine, just because historically megafauna always die out after like a couple thousand years.
I don't know. I think they're just the evolved versions. I mean, they're much smaller comparatively. They're not, and they're adapted for that area. I think they would be fine if humans just disappeared off the earth. I think they'd be fine.
I think they'd continue to get smaller. Because historically, that's what megafauna do. They just continue to get smaller.
I think...
You know what I want? I want giant sloths back, man.
I think that's just I think everything will continue to get smaller as the world progresses to a point to where something really big happens and we get a reset. And then
how big
megafauna is introduced again through years and years. Because I think, wasn't fauna and stuff like that, the reason it was mega was because it was untouched by animals for so long. And then once they evolved to land-moving creatures, then it was an issue. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because plants and trees and fauna were there before animals had evolved to walk on land. And then once they walked on land and started consuming the fauna is when it became an issue. I don't know. I don't know that timeline.
Or they weren't, and they were created big and then just continued to get smaller.
I don't know.
Most megafauna isn't mammalian. Is that how you say that? Mammalian? Yeah, sounds right. Most megafauna is like lizard or reptile. So yeah, I we don't have to get into this whole debate, but I
this is where we need to start another channel just on this stuff. Because
so if you're like me and you believe in or if you're a creationalist, before the flood, humans lived to be 800 to 1,000 years old. Like, it wasn't an uncommon thing for that to happen. So why wouldn't animals do the same thing? Well, lizards don't stop growing their entire life. So if you've got a lizard that lived to be, let's say a tortoise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you've got a tortoise that they already lived to be hundreds of years old. So let's say you have one that lived to be thousands of years old.
No.
Who's to say that's not going to be a massive fucking tortoise?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I think the general consensus even with like sharks and stuff is they continue to grow as well as long as they have food chain to support said growth.
Yep.
And with the diminished food chain through human existence, I think it's just become harder and harder for these animals to have such a large amount of food available. So
unless they're in the Mariana Trench, because we got a megalodon down there, I swear it.
Well, and we have giant squid still, and like there are, theories to support that kind of thing, but I don't know. Like I said, we should just make a cryptid podcast or conspiracy podcast and have that on the side.
This isn't really conspiracy, though.
I guess it would depend on who they'd talk to, because I know a girl who I was working with who thought we lived in a globe. So, yeah.
Well, that's one. Okay, that's some librarian ass shit.
Nope, she's like, she thinks that we're in like this, like, she don't think we ever went to space, which is not, we're not getting into the space debate, but she's like, nobody's ever been to outer space. It's not real. The sun's not real. It's like, oh my God. And every star, everything, it's all just stars. And it's like, There's no such thing as planets. And I'm like, thank God you're 16, because you got some. I'm hoping that kicks in at some point where you're like,
So,
and then she goes, scientists, they just start off of other people's books. So they're not creating it on their own. So they're just going off what other people say. And I'm like, yeah, but this is based off of lots of research, mathematical
I do think
equations and time.
I do think there's a lot of bunk science because they build off bunk science. And I do agree with that, but I also believe that space is real. Like, I know space is real, guys.
And the Earth is flat.
And the Earth is an octagon. Actually, it's a hexahedron.
Yeah.
And
recently, this all has to do with off-road, because the way that we drive off-road is affected because Earth is either flat or hexahedron.
You know, not everything has to be off-road. We start off-road. We can drift around. Like, who wants to just listen to us be like, this is the tent I'm trying this week? No, people want to hear us get down and dirty about dumb shit. This is what they come for.
Or, I don't know. Well, I mean, you guys should chime in and say, do you guys think we should keep it pointed?
Let's let the listeners decide.
I've heard a
do we
joke
let our ADHD
recently.
just run wild?
I heard a joke recently.
Okay, what's your joke?
If you agree with a flat Earth, like, yeah, it's flat on 6 sides, and see how bad they malfunction.
Yeah. But no, and I don't know.
But if you believe in
definitely
creationism, you believe in the giants.
Yeah.
Which means you believe in the fact that, like, the angels came down and mated with humans.
Yeah.
Which means that they made half-breeds.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that the angels, because of all God's creation they fell in love with, could have mated with, giant monkeys.
And made bigger megafauna? Yeah.
Like Bigfoot. And why we can't see them is because they have some of that angelic, magical presence that keeps them hidden.
Yeah. You know what? Bigfoot is just a halfling, and we're just going to have to deal with it.
Yep. Same thing with, like, Chupacabra and Skinwalkers. Yeah. I mean, it's very possible. If you believe in that creationism and in that magic...
Skinwalkers are definitely aliens. There's no way around that one.
Well, so you believe in creationism, but you also believe in aliens?
Yep.
See, I do too. But not creationism, I think. I don't know what I believe. I think there are gods out there, but...
I see absolutely no reason why there wouldn't be other planets than just ours. That just does not fit with...
I have a hard time believing that God could just choose one test subject and be
exactly.
I did all this in 7 days. What about the other days? Like, don't you get bored?
On top of that, like, okay, I get it. God's the one true God, but who's to say that there aren't other gods for other planets in different places?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I don't know that. Like, there's, like, interpretations that said that God had a wife, which would be a god, or a mother.
Yeah.
Because God has to come from somewhere.
Yep.
You can't just exist because you made existence. Like, something has to come before you.
Our God is the only God that I'm going to worship. But that doesn't mean that there aren't gods for other planets in different places. Because God, there's no reason there can't be more.
And who's to say they haven't come down here and played? I mean, if they have that kind of power.
I don't remember the exact theory behind it, but I guess the theory is that Loki is actually the only god right now after he killed off everyone else.
Yeah, I've heard that theory.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I think it's like, this is going to be weird, but I think it's a lot like, have you guys seen American Gods?
I have not yet.
The theory behind that is it's like a population or a popularity based thing. So the more popularity you have as a god, the more powerful you are.
Yeah.
So to me, it would make sense that, like, pagan gods aren't seen as much, or maybe have less influence, less power, because there's such a lesser god now, because there's so many, like, so few people worshiping them anymore compared to the big ones like
Yeah. Real quick, was American Gods on Stars?
I can't remember. You guys, you should add
Stars
that.
on HBO.
Was it like 2017 time frame?
Yeah, I think so. But you should definitely
And
download
there was
that.
a mysterious man who called himself Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll download it.
Yeah, if you guys would really like that, if you like that whole, because then there's a point to where like new gods come into it, because new gods can be formed. Like there's like a technology god, and stuff like that, because they could be formed by belief, and the more followers you have towards something like that. And I kind of would submit to that, because that makes sense to me. Like there's no all good, there's no all evil. There are many gods doing different things with different aims. There are gods for seasons, gods for this, gods for that, and it would make more sense for the world of chaos that we live in now. And maybe that's just my way of reasoning, because I just can't fathom a child being sick from birth being part of like the one true God's plan. You know what I mean? Like that's a plan that shouldn't have to happen.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, but that's just my opinion. So I definitely not.
It doesn't say that it. God doesn't say that he made the world perfect. He doesn't claim that everything he does is to make us happy. Like, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, and is that something that you want to put all your stock in either? Like to me,
I'd rather do it and be.
I don't know. To me, like, I can't put my stock into. Yeah, I just can't put my stock into something that would create an innocent life and then destroy it on a teaching principle or for some greater good or something like that. I mean, if you're all powerful, then you could stop that. I mean, it would make more sense to me that there were other gods working against.
Once you start saying that, though, you're taking away free will too. So,
well, then he pretty much hands off the wheel
it's
thousands
tricky.
of years ago and is like, do your own thing. At that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which would be fine too in that sense, because I'd be like, okay, I get it. He hands off the wheel to us because we chose free will, and that would make more sense from, as soon as Eve ate the apple, he was like, all right, you guys want to do this on your own? You don't want my help? Then fuck it, go ahead. These are the rules.
I mean, he's still there if you need him.
Yeah, it's a lot of like
definitely
answering system. It's like you're like, please leave a message after the beep. And this is just me, and I absolutely I'm not arguing anybody else's religion. This is my experience with it, and if you guys believe in God, and anybody, even the listeners, this isn't me discounting your belief any means. This is just me talking about mine. That's all.
Yep.
I miss you guys. Your camera feeds went away a while ago.
It's got that Walmart internet over there still.
Yeah.
Speaking of, man,
have
have you
living
looked
in the middle of nowhere? And
well, you got such fields over there, man. Have you looked into Starlink? Is that going to be a thing for you in the future?
Dude, we would not be having this conversation on Starlink.
We're not right now.
We're definitely not right now.
Can you hear me?
His internet heard Starlink and said,
I'm sure
we're not
on his
going to work.
recording you can hear him, but he just dropped on our end.
Yeah.
So the thing is that Starlink, although it has faster speeds, it has much slower. Oh man, the term is eluding me right now. Give me a second.
Yeah, his internet's going out again, I think.
Give me a second. Let me see what's going on.
No, it's not actually. I was just making excuses for you while you thought.
Oh. Yeah, so latency on Starlink is really bad, and it makes phone calls or video calls a lot harder. I actually don't know what's going on with mine because it's usually not this bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Oh,
He's gone.
he's gone.
All right,
Okay.
welcome to the Mark and Gavin show.
Yeah.
And again, you get the good ones. So, if he ever joins back,
Did I fix it?
then you're
Maybe.
louder too all of a sudden
I fixed it. Hell yeah.
as he freezes.
Did I? Yeah, no, latency on Starlink's a lot worse. My dad had Starlink and actually switched to what I have because it was so bad.
Does he still have the Starlink stuff?
He got rid of it.
Dang it. I'm definitely going to be looking into getting like Starlink Mini or something for the overlanding. I just want to be able to upload so it's really hard coming home and uploading 100 pictures. It's not hard if you're doing it on a nightly basis when you're chilling by the campfire. And it's also something I enjoy doing.
I also just realized why my internet's being so slow.
Because you have downloads from Steam.
No, he's starting to download the
Because
episodes.
I just started downloading American Gods.
That would make sense. You should work for IT because your problem solving for this stuff is great. You really do have a future in IT, Alex. I think.
I mean, I did IT for a long time.
You should do some more studying on it and then go remote and work IT, cybersecurity, and then you can travel with us along the country.
I actually could pretty easily. I have all my certs, and I actually did it for quite a while. And I still do it a little bit, not a lot.
I was going to say, go to Flex Jobs and look up gigs for it. Make some extra money. I've been looking on Flex Jobs. It's more remote stuff, more gigs. If you try to work remotely, it's actually a pretty cool spot. It's got a lot of jobs on there. So, and they're all pretty much remote jobs. There's some hybrid.
Be cool. Yeah.
I mean, the dream is to eventually find a job that I can work remotely from a campsite. There is a camp like management job, like where you have to live on the state parks camps. You know those jobs? Have you seen them? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is one of those up in the UP that I wish I could do. You have to have a camper and stuff, though.
Do you have to have a camper?
On that one, it actually said you did. There's one in Newaygo, but they want you to live there, but if you choose not to, you're on call.
Yeah.
But it's like 2,000.
I paused the download.
Good. It's like $2,800 a month or something like that. So it's not too bad, I don't think, but it's seasonal.
No, that ain't bad at all. That's more than I make.
So, yeah, I thought about it for a second, and then I decided, all right, well, I would have to live there basically.
Yeah.
No. But all right, I gotta do some editing, so we should really call this one.
Fine. I guess.
Because, real quick, we're going to talk about this on here so the listeners know it's your fault. I'm going to edit these and get them up and schedule them. And then if you could get in and do chapter art for them, that would be killer.
As soon as they're up, I'll work on it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have both the one we did yesterday, that's a bonus episode, which they'll already know about by the time that they hear this. And then, yeah, so let's do that.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll catch you guys later.
Later.
All right, later.